You're making us pay for grapes, apples, things that God gave us for free. Ha! Ha! Da, 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 sha. You will burn in hell when I'm through with you.
All right. What's up, guys? Welcome to a Friday edition of the Good Faith Show. I'm your host, Andre Morton, and the Good Faith Show is only exclusively on the ATP Network. You can catch the ATP Network on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Rumble. And also, too, we trying to expand our horizons a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. We're trying to move on to Kick as well. But as soon as I get that straightened out, some reason like our live streams is not broadcasting the Kick, I will let you know when it does, because I heard things about Twitch, and I might not be on there much longer because I heard that they changed their terms of service saying that we can't criticize Israel, which not surprising. That's why I don't stream on Facebook, because Facebook literally the same way. Like like wow, just genocide enablers, huh? But anyway, I have some shameless plugs for you guys as well. Um, we on Twitter, the ATP Network, so follow us on the official account at ATP Network 247, and like the video as well. It's free; it don't cost you a damn thing. And also to subscribe to the ATP Network on YouTube and Rock Rumble. And also, too, we on Gaza. Well, go to GazaFunds.com, where Gaza Funds, you can help out Palestinians in need. Even though, Israel is, yeah, I'm gonna get to that here in a bit. But yeah, man, help out the Palestinians, man. They need our help, bro. Like, things are just getting dire every day. Like, we've been watching this genocide. Well, this now modern day Holocaust for almost 2 years now, man. Like, sometimes you gotta say something gotta give, man. Like military intervention or something. Like, China, where you at? I mean, Iran, I give Iran credit. They, a little bit of intervention, but like we need more bigger fish to intervene. Like, because like Israel can't get away with this, man. Like something gotta give, man. Something gotta give, bro. I'm telling you. Like like this is probably why I'm just not being in a good mood, good headspace, because of the Palestinians, man. Like life is not functioning. Like, you can't just sit here and just pretend like everything is hickey dory when you got women and children, limbs get blown off and heads get blown off, and just how can you just say things are great? Things are not great. It might not be happening over here in the United States, but trust me, man. Like, what's happening in Gaza will eventually happen in the United States. Trust me. Me and the co-founder of the network been saying that. We said that last year. Like, it's gonna happen. A lot of people look at me like I'm crazy when I say that, but they hopefully they'll understand before it actually happens, and maybe they'll be more prepared. But yeah, man, that video I showed y'all earlier, like, yeah, I always said that too. Like, why do we have to pay for food that God has made? Like, I'm not the most religious guy in the world, but I know that, I know that, like, He created food for us to eat and survive, but we have to pay. I just don't understand that. Like food should be a human right. Like, poor people shouldn't have to risk shoplifting food from a store. Like, just give the food to everybody. Everybody deserves to have something in their mouths, man. Deserve to have some clean water down. Drink some clean water. Like, at least, Now, if you want to go to a restaurant, and the money goes to the workers, like, instead of going to Wall Street execs, that's fine. But, like, again, like, just basic food and basic housing. Nobody saying they want a mansion. Like, everybody deserves to be in a home. So yeah, that's that. I got another clip. Then I got another clip for the end. Like, man, this ad clip told me to fuck up, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Like, you know, I'm gonna get to it before I leave, man. But it'll be the last clip before I head out. But now this one here, man. But welcome to Capitalism 101. In a way, here you go.
Job worse than order selecting. Imagine you was at the gym lifting weights and doing cardio all day. Let me tell you about the worst job I ever had.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like I had a homeboy that did this. He worked at a furniture factory. A furniture manufacturing plant. I guess I said factory. Why? I sound like I'm fucking 1958. Like ain't no goddamn film manufacturer nothing. But anyway, he had to do a job similar to that. Like he literally had a pallet jack that he just like what those guys had. And he had to lift this heavy ass furniture by himself onto those trucks by himself. Like he didn't have help, and they was on a time thing. Like they couldn't fall behind. If they did, it'll go on they what they call it, and they could get fired. Like seriously, like if I'm telling you, like some of these jobs, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, like they're indentured servitude. But yeah, I just had to give y'all that backstory right quick. But let me let him continue.
Keep in mind, I was bringing home damn near $1,000 every week, right? I think the biggest check I ever got from this job was like 1,700 with some overtime shit. You know what I mean? But I was making like decent money, whatever. I didn't know where the fuck my money was going, but it was decent, right? This shit right here, oh.
And to be honest with you, $1,000 a week ain't shit for fucking breaking your goddamn back, bro. Now that back breaking work, bro. No. He said the most he made was $1,700 a week, which is still not enough. Like doing a work like this, you should be bringing home at least 3,000 a week. Like I'm just telling you the truth, man. Like he said, like fuck a gym membership. Hell, this is a goddamn gym. Like holy shit, man. Then you doing this shit by yourself, which is hard. Like ain't nobody to help you. And God forbid, most likely, if you keep doing this job every day like that, mostly might probably end up crippled. Like I'm just saying, like I'm glad my homeboy, you glad he don't do that shit no more. And he was getting paid $14.75 an hour to break his goddamn back with furniture. Like, yeah, that's yeah, like this shit is just servitude. Like, yeah, a lot of people look at that and say, "Oh, $1,000 a week, man, that's good pay." Like, bro, like depending where this guy lived at, like, that ain't shit. Like if you in California or New York or you in Florida, like $1,000 a week ain't no money. When rent is fucking rent is fucking what $2,000 or $3,000 a month in those areas. Like, come on, bro. Maybe in Louisiana or Mississippi or Alabama or Arkansas, yeah, maybe, that's pretty good money, though. To be honest with you, but depending where you live at, though.
Oh fuck no. Let me show you something, right? You gotta be driving around in your little pallet jack, hop on it. Oh yeah, I'm on my pallet jack driving around. Imagine you're in a 0-degree freezer too, by the way. Freezer. 50-pound boxes. You gotta take your little 50-pound box up and go like these. You lifting a 50-pound box over your head for 10 hours in a freezer.
Now, I lift weights. I lift about 200 pounds bench press sometimes. 225 on a bench press. Now I just do that for about 10 minutes, like reps. I do like 3 reps or something like that. Imagine lifting 50-pound boxes for 10 hours a day. Oh my God, bro. Like no wonder that man look buffed up. That's why. That's why, man. Like holy shit, boy. For all this for $1,000 a week. Think about that, $1,000.
Freezer, bro. And this freezer ain't no joke, bro. Like, this shit is not no joke. I look at the back of my heels. I got frostbite on the back of my heels. Some dude got frostbite on his thumb, almost lost his thumb. And these pallet jacks, unsafe. Like, I'm talking about you riding on your pallet jack and there's a puddle. You hitting one of those. And if you're not quick with it.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure these jobs too, like if you get hurt, they gonna fire your ass. I had jobs like that too. Well, hey, if you get hurt, you sign like some jobs, man. Like seriously, like bro, I worked so many jobs. Like you literally have to sign a waiver basically. They didn't tell us a waiver, which if I got hurt, I still was sued. But yeah, technically it's a waiver saying like, hey, if you get hurt, we told you the warning signs, but you still a chance you could get hurt because it's sharp objects, shit like that. Like, you can't sue us. We'll fire you because you're a contractor. So, yeah, man, these motherfuckers, these corporations, man, they find ways to fuck over the working man, bro.
You getting ran over, people foot be getting crushed, like, and they act like this.
Yeah, because look how narrow those aisles are. Look how wide those pallet jacks is. Like, yeah, I could definitely see people get fucking hurt, especially people on the pallet jacks as well. Like he said, a puddle. God forbid if you turn over on the pallet jack, anything can happen. Like, or the weight is not even on it. Man,
Shit is normal. You're not supposed to be able to lift up a 50-pound box for 10 hours all day. You're not
for $1,000.
supposed to
Come
be
on,
good
bro.
at that. Because it's inhumane. And they be making this shit sound like heaven. You bringing home $1,000 a week to lift 50-pound boxes, you go to the gym anyway. I'm not going.
Like, bro, like, yeah, like you don't be in the gym for 10 hours. You don't be in the gym for 10 hours a day, bro. Like, you been in the gym for like at least an hour or 2 hours. 10 hours sitting lifting 50-pound boxes, bro. Nah, bro. Like, shit like this, like, corporations get away with this shit because that's what they do. Like, they this is why they don't want Americans living comfortably. This is what I love about TikTok as well. Like, these videos coming out, like, people actually, you know, sharing experiences. Like, people need to be informed about this. Like, my mama and them will look at a job like this, like, yeah, you need to live. Yeah, man, this is good for you, man. You get paid good and you get to be stronger. Like, but mama, like, over time, like, the consequences of a job like this is you get crippled, no benefits. Yeah, you probably got benefits, but I'm saying, like, if you're a contractor, you definitely ain't getting no benefits. Like, uh, boomers.
To the gym for 10 hours. I'm not doing cardio for 10 hours now, am I?
Exactly. You're not talking. Yeah, you're not in the gym for 10 hours. Like, come on, bro. And I remember Christian Sproul said too. That I'm gonna get to the news stories that um like he said Amazon warehouse. Some Amazon warehouses are so big. He said just forget cancel your gym membership. And I never worked at an Amazon facility, but yeah, like I worked at a FedEx facility, and that motherfucker is huge. Imagine working at an Amazon facility where it's 3 times bigger than that. Like, yeah, like fuck a gym membership. Oh man, like, bro, $1,000 a week for back breaking, like he said, inhumane work, bro, is, yeah, indentured servitude. You know, like, yeah, like, that's not normal. Like, a job like that, you need to work at least 5 hours, I say, half the time, and get paid for $1,000 a week. Like, I'm serious. Like, hire more people. I'm pretty sure they don't hire many people for that job either, because that's what these jobs do. Um, like, yeah, just, then he gets hurt, he get injured, then they'll find another, I hate to say it like this, another fool and bump his head. They put $1,000, they shove $1,000 in his face. So you get $1,000 a week. And also too, after taxes, it's probably less than $1,000 significantly. So yeah. But anyway, man, again, crazy shit. So again, guys, if you're just not coming in, because I know that, these platforms slow with the notifications, like the video. It's free, it don't cost you nothing. And let's get to it. All right, guys. So first story is me and most likely Mike, we back at doing the A&M podcast. So Saturday, be on the lookout for that when that drops. Mikey, he's this is his wheelhouse, talking about COVID and stuff like that. So but disclaimer, I might have to use coded language because I'm pretty sure YouTube still don't want you to talk about this topic for some reason. Even the title of this live stream might be weird, but you gotta do what you gotta do. This is from NPR. It says RFK Jr. says COVID shots are no longer recommended for kids and pregnant women. Wow. But technically the term for kids is healthy kids, whatever the fuck that means. Pregnant women. But yeah, let me read it. It says the federal government has removed COVID-19 vaccines from the list of shots recommended for healthy pregnant women and children. Federal health officials announced Tuesday. I couldn't be more pleased to announce as of today the COVID vaccine for healthy children and healthy pregnant women. Wow, healthy pregnant women has been removed from the CDC recommended immunization schedule. Health and Human Services Secretary RFK Jr. announced in a video posted on X. We are now one step closer to realizing President Trump's promise to make America healthy again. Oh God, this dumbass, kook. RFK, I'm gonna take a COVID vaccine off the list because the COVID vaccine, vaccines cause autism. Oh, that damn idiot. Dude, vaccine. Well, I don't care how y'all feel about I know some of y'all are skeptical about vaccines and shit, particularly the COVID vaccine, I guess, right? So, if some of y'all come in here saying some shit, I ain't gonna look at it. I don't care what y'all think. But I'm just talking about vaccines in general. Isn't vaccines making America healthy again? Making sure that, the measles vaccine, the flu vaccine, some people before COVID, we had the flu vaccine, people immune compromised with the flu. Um, Ain't that contributing to making America healthy again? Medicine, research, development of these vaccines, but telling people not to take them if they're healthy, which, oh God, that's not making America healthy, bro. Let me continue. And I'm supposed to use colored language, boy. I hope YouTube don't. Oh God. It says this decision will make it much harder for parents to get their kids vaccinated and for pregnant people to get the shots because insurance companies will likely no longer pay for them. Yeah. So yeah, of course, these vaccines in the first place should be free to begin with. See, why we gotta have a for-profit mob boss middleman determining what you can and cannot have? And you see the reason why Brian Thompson got unalived, um, because people realize that this is fucked up. Um, Last year, Biden administration urged healthy children to get yet another jab, despite the lack of any clinical data to support the repeat booster strategy in children. Kennedy said. In announcing the decision, Kennedy was flanked by the Food and Drug Administration Commissioner Dr. Martin Markley and National Institutes of Health Director Dr. J. I can't say that last name. I ain't gonna even try. It's common sense and it's good science, he said. There's no evidence healthy kids needed today, and most countries have stopped recommending for children, Markey said. But the decision was apparently made without the usual input from independent outside advisors. Although independent advisors have been reconsidering the COVID vaccine recommendations, the CDC and Prevention's Advisory Committee for Immunization Practices isn't scheduled to meet until later this month to make a recommendation. In response to questioning on this case, the Department of Health and Human Services Press Secretary Viaca N. Rodriguez Feliciano shared the following statement. The HSS and the CDC remain committed to gold standard science and to ensuring the health and well-being of all Americans, especially our nation's children. Since the vaccines became available, the government has been recommending the shots for nearly everyone, including children and pregnant people. Adult children tend to get seriously ill from COVID. Yes, they do. Some do. Especially very, very young children and pregnant women remain at high risk for serious complications from the virus. But let me say this, though, man. Is R.K. Jr. a doctor? Is he a scientist? Like I remember this guy was at a committee confirmation hearing or some shit like that. And I remember he saying like, I believe in the vaccine. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But now he's doing the opposite. Like, like I knew. Like I said, I probably said that when I was covering the committee, confirmation hearings. Like I knew this guy was full of shit. Nothing new about that. But again, it's like, I, I mean, like, oh, jeez, and um, it said vaccinating pregnant women also protects newborn babies who can't get vaccinated themselves, but are at very high risk for serious complications from the virus. It's very concerning, Dr. Sean O'Leary, who chairs the American Academy of Pediatrics Committee on Infectious Diseases, told NPR. I think it's going to be confusing not only for parents, but also for public health professionals and medical professionals as well. This takes away choice. Um, Dr. Stephen J. Fleischman, president of the American College of Obstetrics, I can't even talk today. Um, OBGYN, basically, said his organization is extremely disappointed by removal of the recommendation for COVID shots during pregnancy. As OBGYNs who treat patients every day, we have seen firsthand how dangerous COVID infection can be during pregnancy and for newborns who depend on maternal antibodies from the vaccine for protection, he said in a statement. The science has not changed. It is very clear that COVID infection during pregnancy can be catastrophic and can lead to major disability. Now, my cover this thing as a person, right? Like, I believe in science. There's still people in this country that don't believe in science, that think that it's all about control or some shit. Like, in a lot of ways, like, the government does fucked up shit. Like, they kill revolutionary leaders and shit like that. Oop. I said that. Oh, whatever, man. I don't give a fuck. But it's true. Let's just keep it 100. But, like, when it comes to the science of things, like, I tend to listen to people that has degrees in this shit. Like, RK, healthy pregnant women, which, again, like, you carry, like, when you're pregnant, you're carrying an unborn child, like, and the doctor said that when you get a serious infection, it not only affects the mother, it affects the child too. Oh boy, this is not. I can't wait for Mike to cook on this. Mike gonna cook on this shit. I'm telling you. Um, it says the announcement comes a week after the administration made changes that could dramatically restrict the availability of the next round of COVID boosters. The government will now require additional testing for the vaccines to be approved for use by anyone other than people who are at high risk of COVID because they are age 65 or older or have risk factors for other health problems. Like, I mean, really, to be honest with you, that was the vaccine it was intended to be for people that are at high risk. And then I hate people still saying to this day that children don't get seriously infected with COVID, which is a lie. It's a lie. Oh God, like, well, I'll tell you, man. So yeah, man. You know, just man. Sometimes I feel like the United States is just going back to the Gilded Ages, man. We're just going back. It's just going backwards instead of forwards. Like, not surprising. Not surprising. All right, guys. On to the next story. All right, guys. So the next story is Muskrat, aka Elon Musk. Um, like, damn, man. Like before I get to this, like, we know why the man left. Like, the reason why he left is because his big company Tesla is tanking badly. In Europe, it's worse than it is here. I ain't got the numbers on me exactly, but yeah, things are not looking good. And then the head people at Tesla, which is none but Elon dick riders, nut huggers, as they say, or meat riders, the more clean version. Um, they want him gone because, hey, he's fucking with their money, right? But anyway, this is from NBC News. It says Elon Musk says he's disappointed with his domestic policy bill and break with Trump. It says Musk criticized the bill's projected impact on the federal deficit and says it undermines the work of what the Doge's team is doing. But wait a minute, like you'll think this guy will love this bill because it's like what the co-founder of the network said. It's the biggest transfer. It will be the biggest transfer of wealth to people like him. So why are you disappointed? Like it's everything you wanted, right? You don't want people to eat. You don't want people to go to the doctor, so you couldn't SNAP and Medicaid. Um, and then I know it haven't passed the House yet. I mean the Senate yet, which I think it will because they ain't a debt reconciliation. Like they can pass it through there. Unfortunately, thanks to Chuck Schumer's stupid ass. But I digress. Yeah, like Chuck Schumer's like I always tell people like these people work together, bro. Like when people realize that the Democrats and Republicans work together, like there's no team. They're all part of the same team. They make it seem like it's a different teams, but it's the same team. It's just to give you an illusion of choice to make you fight against one another. But anyway, there's a video with this too as well. I'm gonna play it, then I'm gonna read the article. Y'all know how I do.
Musk traveled to Starbase, Texas for that SpaceX launch.
Liftoff of Starship on Flight 9.
But he's also putting some distance between himself and President Trump. Musk speaking out about his time leading the Department of Government Efficiency, criticizing the president.
So, I was disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decrease it, and undermines the work that the Doge team is doing.
Wait a minute.
President Trump's
hold
been
on
pushing
a second.
Congress
I just thought about something. Hold on a second. But I thought when you cut, according to your logic, because you're an idiot, that cutting vital programs like Meals on Wheels, like the shit you did, cutting Medicaid, cutting SNAP benefits, I thought that lowers the deficit. But according to you, this spending bill, which cuts stuff but don't cut taxes but cuts taxes for the rich, it tax us more, the always the working class man. I thought that's what you wanted. Like it's everything that you wanted, but now all of a sudden it's disappointing. Like, give me a break. This guy full of shit. He's just mad. He's just petty.
Passed what he calls the One Big Beautiful Bill, which includes cuts to programs like Medicaid, but boosts spending in areas like defense.
I think a bill can be big or it can be beautiful.
But wait a minute. But I thought I heard Trinkiness saying like y'all gonna cut the Pentagon budget by like what 8% or some shit like that, which is still a joke. 8% of $1 trillion damn near $1 trillion budget, like that ain't shit. But y'all stop talking about that after a while. So you need to shut the fuck up too. Oh man, these people, like I swear to God, bruh. Look at
I don't know if it could be both.
Musk has been a top Trump ally.
He's an exceptional guy.
Regularly by the president's side, appearing at cabinet meetings, all while his Doge team overhauled the federal government. But Musk now tells the Washington Post that, quote, Doge is just becoming the whipping boy for everything, and saying that changing D.C. is an uphill battle. Just as the president zeroes in on the spending bill, he's also using the State Department, one of the agencies Musk transformed, for a...
Bro, whipping bill, like, bro, Elon and his cronies basically... Boy, you had the nation shook for about when you was there for the first, like, what, 50 or 60 days? Like, every day news come out to you locking up, firing federal workers. You cut Social Security offices. You fired nuclear people that work with the nuclear shit. Like, it's a whipping boy? Like, bro, like, y'all got away with bloody murder, bro. This is why you paid Trump $200 million to do that shit. Oh, now all of a sudden it's a whipping boy? Come on, bro. Like, don't believe anything that these pieces of shit say, man. I swear.
Another battle targeting universities. An internal memo seen by NBC News shows the administration is ordering embassies to stop scheduling interviews with students seeking visas to study in the U.S. and to expand its screening of applicants' social media. It comes after President Trump ordered Harvard University to stop enrolling foreign students, part of his larger battle with the school launching.
Okay, now they talking about Harvard. Like I covered that a few days ago. All right, now let's get to it. It says Elon Musk broke with President Donald Trump over the House passed domestic policy bill, saying in an interview that he was disappointed and that it would increase the federal deficit. I was disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decrease it, and it undermines the work that Doge team is doing. Musk told CBS in an interview that will air. It says, Musk's public break comes as the Republicans' bill heads to the Senate, but several senators have criticized the legislation for increasing the deficit. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Yeah, these people supposed to be more knowledgeable than me and known. It was never about the deficit. It's just a distraction. I need to say this out more. The deficit is just how much the government spends on a yearly basis, bro. The federal debt, as they call it, deficit, whatever. It's money that goes around the government to make the government run. Oh my God. Oh man, propaganda works, bro. It works. People believe this shit. It says, the legislative package encompasses many of Trump's priorities, and Trump has urged Congress to send a bill to his desk for a signature as soon as possible. The tech mogul's remarks in an interview also come as he suggested he will be backing away from his administration role to return to his attention to the private sector. Musk said on X last week that he had to be super focused on his companies. Yeah, super focused, and was back to spending 24/7 at work and sleeping in conference server factory rooms. Oh yeah, y'all remember that this guy said he work how many hours he work a day? He work a lot of hours a day, and this man be on Twitter. Y'all talk about some people be currently online, Elon, man, that dude, overnight this man just be tweeting random shit, saying all kinds of Nazi propaganda and all kinds of shit. Bro, you're not working. You're not working, man. I can't compared to some people do be online a lot. They do, I noticed that, but goddamn, they don't be online like this guy. Holy shit. And also too, no matter, you could sleep in your conference room all you want, man. Your reputation is tarnished. Somebody said this too, people was buying Teslas. Liberals were buying Teslas, but because you voted for, because you was on the side of Trump, and you fired federal workers and did all kinds of off the wall shit. Now people hate you. They hate Tesla. They burning down your fucking dealerships. They put fuck Elon on all your Cybertrucks. Bro, you did this to yourself. Because you want more tax cut for yourself. You want to be more greedy. So yeah, you can work 24/7 all you want. Your reputation is cooked. Back to this. Musk, a Trump ally and tight White House figure, has also distanced himself from Trump over his tariff policies. Of course, right? Because Elon works with China. Elon works with China. Oh God! I didn't see that coming. I just thought about that. Musk, whose automaker Tesla has parts made in America, China, and Europe, of course, has called for a zero tariff situation between Europe and the U.S. and positioned himself as an advocate for free trade and lower tariffs. In the Sunday morning interview, Musk threw cold water on the title of the bill, which is officially called the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, after Trump's description of it. I think the bill can be big or it can be beautiful. I don't know if it can be both. Musk said, laughing. My personal opinion. A White House spokesperson did not immediately respond to a request for comment, but Trump weighed in on Musk's comments when he was asked by a reporter Wednesday. We will be negotiating that bill, and I'm not happy about certain aspects of it, but I'm thrilled. What? Wait a minute. We will be negotiating that bill, but I'm not happy about certain aspects of it. But it's your big beautiful bill though, Trump. I thought you'll love it. But I'm thrilled by the other aspects of it. Trump said that's the way they go. It's very big. It's the big beautiful bill. Like, man, the way Trump talks, oh, it makes your brain hurts. And then you try to read that shit. Oh God. Oh boy, man. The president said that we have to get a lot of votes and that we can't be cutting. Although he did not go into details. Um, he said Senator Rand Paul shared the clip of Musk's comments on X saying Musk is right. He pointed to the bill's impact on increasing the deficit, adding that there's nothing beautiful about that. So basically, when they talk about the deficit, they're talking about the military spending that's in the bill. Which, okay. It says House Speaker Mike Johnson referred to Doge's efforts in a post on X, praising Musk and Doge as having done incredible work exposing wage fraud and abuse across the federal government. Oh God, wage fraud and abuse, man. I tell you, you know what, I'm tell you something. I'm gonna get to the next article after this. Um, my thing is about wage fraud and abuse is like the Pentagon can't account for all millions upon millions of dollars. Like that's wage fraud and abuse. Somebody getting Social Security and Medicaid and SNAP benefits is not wage fraud and abuse. It's just them trying to fucking survive. Oh God. But let me get to the next. Let me get to the next one right quick. Let me share my screen again. Like yeah, I'm so sick of these motherfuckers saying wage fraud and abuse. How is wage fraud and abuse? Uh, it says a disillusioned Musk, distant from Trump, says he's exiting Washington. It says Musk to the swipe at President Trump's signature domestic legislation said it would add to the national deficit. He complained to administration officials about a lucrative deal that went to a rival company to build an artificial intelligence data center in the Middle East. And he has yet to make good on $100 million pledge to Trump's political operation. Um, Mr. Musk, who once called himself the president's first buddy, is now operating with some distance from Mr. Trump, saying he's ending his government work to spend more time on his companies, which he destroyed, by the way. Mr. Musk remains on good terms with Mr. Trump, according to White House officials. But he has also made it clear that he's disillusioned from Washington and frustrated with obstacles he encountered as he upended the federal bureaucracy, raising questions about the strength of the alliance between the president and the world's richest man. Oh God. Mr. Musk was the biggest known political spender in the 2024 election, and he told Mr. Trump's advisors this year that he would give $100 million to groups controlled by the president's team before the 2026 midterms. As of this week, the money hasn't come in yet, according to some multiple people familiar with the matter who spoke on the condition of immunity to describe behind the scenes dynamic. Mr. Musk did not respond to a request for comment in a post on X, his social media site, on Wednesday night. Told y'all, man, this man on Twitter all the goddamn time, bruh. Like, I don't even follow this man on Twitter, on X or whatever, on X. And this guy, oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Like, this motherfucker got, man. I'm telling y'all. Like, if you're not on X, man, like, yeah, it's wild. It says he officially confirmed for the first time that his stint as a government employee was coming to an end, and thanked Mr. Trump for his opportunity to reduce wasteful spending. Um, yeah, um, yeah. Cancer research is wasteful spending. Okay. I can't stand these people. The BNS imprint. No, he said the Doge mission will only strengthen over time as it becomes a way of life throughout the government. He added, referring to his Department of Government Efficiency team. The BNS imprint is still firmly felt in official Washington, though that effort and initiative to drastically cut spending that has deployed staff across the government. But Mr. Musk has said in recent days that he spent too much time focused on politics and lamented the reputational damage that he and his companies had suffered because of his work in the Trump administration. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. No shit. Um, I think I probably did spend a bit too much time on politics. Translation, like, yeah, I fucked my companies up. Yeah, I'm screwed. Mr. Musk said in an interview this week with Ars Technica, a tech news outlet. He added, it was just relative time allocation that probably was a little too high on the government side. I've reduced that significantly in the recent weeks. Um, uh, it says he also took a swipe at Mr. Trump's allies in Congress, telling CBS News that he was disappointed by the domestic policy bill that the president championed in the House passed this week. I was disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increased the federal deficit. Just not just decreases it, but it undermines the work that Doge team is doing. He said. When asked by reporters about Mr. Musk's criticism on Wednesday, Mr. Trump declined to respond directly. He defended the bill while acknowledging that he did not love every aspect of it, and he lauded Republicans' effort to move it forward. He did not once utter Mr. Musk's name. However, Stephen Miller, the White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy, shot back at Mr. Musk on social media while naming him. Oh man, these motherfuckers petty as hell, bro. Mr. Miller asserted that the bill would reduce the deficit, despite multiple independent analyses saying otherwise. He noted that cuts made by Mr. Musk's team were unrelated to the spending bill. Ahead of Trump's trip to the Middle East this month, Mr. Musk objected to a deal in the works between the rival AI company and the UAE to build massive data center in Abu Dhabi, according to a White House official. It says, let me read this here. It says, Mr. Musk complained to David Sachs, the president's AI advisor, and other White House officials about the Abu Dhabi project involving OpenAI, an organization he founded with Sam Altman, with whom he has once had a falling out. According to the official, he also expressed concerns about the fairness more broadly for other AI companies and sought to have his own company, XAI, to be included in the deal, though it ultimately was not. The Wall Street Journal first reported Mr. Musk's pushback. So yeah, basically, but basically petty that his AI deal didn't get entrenched with the war that they trying to put in the Middle East. So my final thoughts on this situation, man. I mean, like, like, so basically, Elon's Fifi's got hurt when Trump then pulled back on the tariffs, and also too that because he fucked up his own companies, he basically saying, "Hey, you know, I'm done." Like, and anyway, like he still said technically, like Doge is still doing damage behind the scenes, so technically he still has input. It's just he won't be in the forefront. See, his thinking is that hey, if I step back, you know, let shit come down, because you know these people think that people. He think that you know the the pushback he got, you know, people burning down his shit, which rightfully so, will end and people will go back to buying his shit, his cars that have issues with panel gaps, wide panel gaps and shit. But anyway, I digress. So, all right, guys, let me get to the next. All right, guys. So this story comes from Mundo Weiss. It says reports of killings, abductions, and missing persons at U.S.-run aid center in Gaza. Yeah, man. Like it's just the oh man, just continues of the genocide, huh? Let me read some here. It says Mahmoud Ahmed Abdid Hadi traveled from Khan Yunis to Rafah on May 27th to obtain food after hearing that American Israeli-backed Gaza um, humanitarian foundation was distributing aid in the Tal Al Sultan area amid the chaos erupted at the distribution point. Starving Palestinians desperate for food stormed the site and forced American mercenaries manning it to retreat. Um, Muhammad was one of the people who managed to secure a food parcel for his family. He was on his way back with the joyful news when the Israeli army killed him before he could deliver it. So basically, it was a trap. Like, this is how sick these motherfuckers is, man. Like, so you telling me that, hey, let's make a humanitarian point, let's make a distribution point just to unalive Palestinians. Like, they did the same shit with the Flower Massacre, too, last year. Sick shit, man. Muhammad's mother, Rahib, dressed in black, now carries her son's coffin at Nasa Hospital in Khan Yunis and walks in his funeral procession. Holding the coffin with one hand and placing the other on her chest, she speaks aloud for herself as she walks towards the cemetery. My eldest son is dead. The light has gone from my eyes. Rahab laments that her eldest son went to get food for the family and that he left walking on his own 2 feet but was carried back on people's shoulders. Like many others in the displacement centers, Muhammad and a group of his friends and neighbors went to the distribution point. Desperate to find food for their families together, they collected food boxes and left. On their way back, they separated near the Jason al-Najjar area along the Salah Adan road between Yakahunas and Rafah. Muhammad al-Qadi, one of the friends who had accompanied Muhammad, was the first to reach his home. Moments later, Muhammad heard an explosion nearby. He looked around and realized the group he had just left had been talking about an Israeli drone. Muhammad was among them. Trapped. Al-Khalid said the strike occurred about half a kilometer from the aid distribution point where they had received the food boxes. We had obtained the aid with great difficulty, he said in a testimony for Mundo Weiss. Minutes after I entered my home, I heard the sound of the drone missile. The harrowing scene Al-Qadi saw was a reminiscent of images from the Flower Massacre. Yeah, in March 2024. That same shit. Yeah, it's just a repeat of that. I looked toward the street and saw Muhammad and the others lying on the ground, torn to pieces with food boxes scattered around him, she said. Jesus. On Tuesday, Muhammad Adi Halil was one of thousands of Palestinians who headed to Rafah to receive food boxes that was supposed to be distributed by the GHF. And the craziest thing, America is complicit in this too. Like, of course, right? In the wake of the storming of the site, reports began to emerge of people being abducted while waiting in line to receive aid, as reported by Drop Site News. Several other cases were reported of people leaving their shelters to secure aid for their families and never coming back, with their whereabouts remaining unknown. The Palestinian Center for the Missing and Forcibly Disappeared, a newly established independent organization in the Gaza Strip, issued a statement Tuesday evening confirming that some individuals who went to receive food at the American distribution point are now missing. We are following with concern the disappearance of several citizens after they headed this afternoon to a U.S. aid distribution point in Rafah, south of the Gaza Strip. The center statement said there is no confirmed information yet about their fate. The center held the Israeli occupation fully responsible, demanding the immediate disclosure of the fate of the missing. The Gaza government media office echoed these reports on Tuesday, stating that seven people had disappeared after the incident in Rafah. The media office also said that the Israeli officers had committed a massacre at the GHF-run distribution center, killing 3 civilians and injuring 46 others. In addition to the Muhammad Abdel Hadi, the media office identified the 2 other slain victims as Khalil and Ashif. It is not immediately clear how Khalil and Ashif Musa were killed and whether they were killed at the aid distribution point or in a manner similar to the killing of Abdel Hadi, who was targeted on his way home after securing aid. It says this occurred during a gathering site inside the so-called aid distribution centers ran by the Israeli occupation within what are known as a buffer zones, the media office said, referring to the flattened parts of Gaza and Rafah that have been immediately taken over by the Israeli military. The Israeli occupation forces present in or around these areas fired live ammunition at the starving civilians, whom they have told to come receive aid, even though the dire need for food had driven them to these sites. Um, the U.S.-backed organization distribution of aid to Gaza's starving population is in line with Israel's plan to control the delivery of aid to Palestinians. The objective of the Israeli plan, ostensibly to deny Hamas access to aid, is in actuality a means of concentrating Gaza's population into isolated ghettos and using aid as bait to lure them there. So yeah, I'm gonna end it there. You can read the rest yourself. Yeah, man. It was a trap. They wanted to, they know that these people are hungry. They've been hungry for weeks. Um, so they made these facade distribution points. Like, let them get the aid, then we'll just drop drones. Just murk them with drone strikes. But Bernie Sanders will still say, which if people, like people mad at me for like calling out Bernie Sanders a lot, but the reason why I am is because, like, again, like, how can you say that Israel has the right to defend itself when it's intentionally setting traps to unalive and basically trying to wipe out an entire population of Palestinian people? Like, how can you say that? But anyway, man, it's like at this point, man, like we all know what's going on, man. Like what else can you say? Like I said earlier in the beginning, like some military intervention has to happen or something, man. Like seriously. All right, guys, on to the next story. All right, guys. So the next story is from Dropsite News, and also too has some few tweets to show y'all. It says Hamas and U.S. Gaza ceasefire. Understanding Israel rejects it. U.S. envoy publicly blames Hamas. Like, man, these people make you want to just punch a wall, man. Like, Hamas agreed to this ceasefire deal, but they still blame Hamas. How? Hamas is cooperating, right? Like the Alexander dude, like they said that, hey, we willing to release him to help out their people that Israel is starving. But yeah, I always blame the people that's trying to cooperate. Even though they have a right to like Hamas, in accordance to international law, has the right to do what they're doing, but no, that's not important. It says overnight, Hamas and U.S. official reached a verbal understanding on the framework of a Gaza ceasefire. Sources involved with the negotiations told Dropsite's Jeremy Scahill. Dropsite has been shown the full text of the document outlining the terms to which Hamas agreed. Some of these details have also been confirmed by sources interviewed by Al Jazeera and Al Mayadeen. Scahill reports that the understanding was communicated to Hamas through Palestinian American intermediary Bashara Baba in coordination with U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff. And fuck Steve Witkoff, bitch ass motherfucker. Hamas accepted the terms in a document and was told the U.S. believed the framework could work, pending Israeli approval, which, as the recording of this, it said Israel agreed to the proposal. I guess they agreed to start the ceasefire. They agreed to the proposal, which is different. The senior source from Hamas told Scahill, we have accepted the Witkoff proposal, 60-day temporary ceasefire for releasing 10 living Palestinian prisoners, 5 at the beginning and 5 at the end. President Trump will personally announce the agreement. And this is the tweet right here from Baba. Said, when we discussed the two-state solution as the only solution to peace, Trump's response was 100%, which, like, fuck a two-state solution, bro. At this point, one-state solution is the only way. Like, if you said two-state solution 20 years ago, I guess more people would be up to it. Even back then, now what I know, I still say no. But let me continue. But before the deal could advance, Israeli officials rushed to media to kill it. Soon after, Witkoff publicly accused Hamas of misrepresenting the proposal, directly contradicting what sources told Dropsite News had been agreed to in private discussions. The negotiations are ongoing. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, as soon as Israel said, we don't want a ceasefire, we want to continue to do what we're doing, basically making entrapments to unalive more people. And Witkoff, of course, Witkoff gonna say Hamas did it because he's probably a pro-Zionist scumbag himself. Let me continue. It says what Hamas believed it had secured. A 13-point document shown to Dropsite based on Hamas direct talks with the U.S. through intermediary Baba include the following: a 70-day ceasefire, the release of 10 living Israeli captives in 2 batches, half on the first day, half on the last day. Hamas will also release the bodies of the 16 deceased captives that Israel has killed, by the way. Hamas said they needed a 2-week window to locate all burial sites. A personal public guarantee from Trump committing to the ceasefire and the pull back of Israeli forces to their March 2nd positions. The resumption of unrestricted aid include food, fuel, medicine, housing materials, and construction equipment. A cessation of all Israeli military actions, including surveillance activities, and cessation of all armed activities by Palestinian resistance groups. We'll call for personally as a sign a ceasefire deal in Doha and shake hands with Hamas lead negotiator Dr. Khalil al-Hayya. Witkoff will head to U.S. delegation will also include Adam Barler and Baba. Trump will publicly thank all parties, including Hamas, reaffirming his commitment to a ceasefire and lasting resolution between Israel and Palestine. Upon signing of the ceasefire, an independent technocratic committee of Palestinians will immediately take charge of Gaza governance and reconstruction efforts will commence. The U.S. and regional mediators will guarantee continued ceasefire negotiations and aid entry after 70 days until a permanent ceasefire is reached. As long as negotiations continue, the U.S. will remain committed to a ceasefire and facilitating aid entry until a permanent peace agreement is reached. Well, let me say this. Really, the first ceasefire that was supposed to happen, that really didn't happen, but was supposed to happen, was supposed to lead up to a permanent ceasefire. But even Trump hypocritical ass basically told Israel like, hey, after the first stage, you can do whatever you want. So, believing Trump, like trusting in Trump, nah, nah. Like the dull position is a ceasefire is a ceasefire, right? Like giving aid to these people that are malnourished, the kids are malnourished, and stuff like that is great. But my thing is this, like I'll say, hey, one state solution, permanent ceasefire, one state solution, bro. Like, a lot of motherfuckers that complicit in this shit need to be in prison. Like, this when the ICC and the ICJ need to intervene as well. It says Hamas initially proposed a 90-day ceasefire. Then it said we'll accept a 70-day version to align with the U.S. position. Israel wanted a shorter window. Of course, Israel don't want no ceasefire to begin with. Hamas subsequently told Scahill they agreed to initial 60-day truce. Sources told Dropsite that Qatar, particularly in the wake of Eden Alexander's release, applied pressure on Trump to secure this agreement. As Dropsite previously reported, Witkoff promised Hamas the aid will resume to Gaza 2 days after Alexander's release, and Trump will call for a ceasefire and negotiations to end the war. Neither of those happened. See what I'm saying? Like, Hamas released the hostage. Witkoff said, "Hey, release this guy, Eden Alexander. Then we'll go through with the ceasefire and stuff." And they stab Hamas in the back. So I mean, like, I don't, even if Israel accepts the proposal, and then it be like, I still don't trust it, because even though the ceasefire, Israel still attacking Palestinians, bro. Like they're supposed to pull back. The IDF was supposed to pull back, and they still doing shit. So yeah, like my thing is, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you, bro. Um, but I understand like Hamas, you know, they like I understand like, hey, like our people suffering long enough, like you know, even though we have the right to resist this apartheid state, we're willing to, hey, do something to help circumvent, the suffering that our people have endured for almost 2 years. Like I get that, you know, um, um, and I definitely believe Hamas when they say Israel killed their own hostages. They have, yeah. Like, um, it says Trump, according to sources, have been telling regional leaders that he had given Israel 2 months to accomplish their objective as after Israel abandoning the January ceasefire deal, and now it's the time to bring the war to an end. See how Trump talk out both sides of his mouth, and it's what I keep telling people, like Trump is not anti-war, y'all. He's not anti-war. Like Trump on one hand saying that we need peace, and the next minute he's telling Israel. See what Trump doing is he trying to like satisfy both sides. Like he tell his rabid base that it thinks he's still anti-war to um um the war needs to end now, and then behind the scenes, because like Marion Allison giving him millions of dollars um to give Israel weapons to do this shit, kill people. Israel needs to finish the job. Like, yeah, yeah. I don't believe nothing that Steve Witkoff says. I don't believe nothing that Trump says. Um, no, you can't, man. Let me see. It says I'm gonna continue this. It says according to Ynet in the Jerusalem Post, a proposal that was delivered to Israel late Sunday by U.S. officials, the eagerness with which it was killed in Israel indicated their deep fear that Washington would accept it and even try to impose it. Ynet reported Israeli officials reacted with alarm. One Israeli official told Ynet accepting it is in effect surrender to Hamas. Another claimed we don't know what the Americans would say. You, yeah, they fucking gaslighting folks. Like, Americans are saying like the ones that are protesting, they're saying like, you know, like let's end the genocide because innocent women and children are getting killed. Um, that's what they're saying. Like, Israel has a least favorability rating among Americans now. So yeah, it's just bullshit. The draft formulated by Baba in direct talks with Hamas was immediately declared unacceptable by Israel. The rejection came before any public U.S. comment. Um, and bullshit as Witkoff. Shortly after Israeli officials told local media they had rejected the deal, Witkoff told Axios Barak Avid, what I've seen for Hamas is disappointing, completely unacceptable. What? Um, this contradicted what Hamas had been led to believe during talks with U.S. mediators. According to Scahill, Hamas was told proposal met with U.S. requirements and what the next step was for Witkoff and others to work on securing Israeli approval. Witkoff's statement gave Israeli diplomats cover to walk away. Channel 12 reported that during discussions, Hamas believed it had secured American guarantees for a permanent end to the war, but Israeli officials now insist there was no such commitment. According to the outlet, Israel insists that the Trump administration stand by them on this matter and that the American commitment is only to the actual conduct of negotiations to end the war, with no guarantee of results. This directly contradicts what Hamas understood from U.S. intermediaries. Um, Trump is expected to personally guarantee any final deal, including humanitarian aid and a troop withdrawal, according to Al Jazeera. There is no doubt that the only factor that matters is whether Trump will force a ceasefire on Israel, as history has shown that Netanyahu would do anything in his power to sabotage the agreement. Of course, Trump told reporters last night, "We want to see if we can stop the whole situation as soon as possible." So far, his envoy is standing with Israel. So basically, he's saying like, hey, I want this technically to end, but you know, Israel want to continue to, you know, basically entrap people and kill people. Hey, they can do whatever they want because you know I'm bought by Israel. I'm bought and paid by Israel. You know, even though I'm putting on the facade like, hey, I want this to end, but really, no, that's that. Israel can do whatever the fuck they want. So yeah, man, like fuck these people, bro. Just, you know, at the end of the day, fuck Whitcall, fuck Trump. You know, fuck Israel, obviously. This shit is, it's you can't believe anything that these assholes say, bro. Like you can't do it. Anyway, I got some tweets I gotta show y'all too. Doing my little Twitter Chronicle thing, you know, what Liz used to do. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Now this is for Case Study QB right here. It says breaking news: Israel planned to occupy 75% of Gaza within 2 months as they ordered evacuation ahead of the unprecedented attack. And then it says reporting 20 Palestinians killed in school bombing. So yeah, this is why Israel don't want no ceasefire. They want to continue to do shit like this. But I'm finna play this clip right here.
Evacuation orders for southern and eastern Gaza with a warning of a, quote, unprecedented attack. It comes after deadly strikes overnight yet again, including on this school where 20 Palestinians were reportedly killed. An Israeli military official telling CNN that Israel now plans.
You know, these stupid ass Zionists that support what Israel doing would say, well, see, the reason why Israel is going after these schools and hospitals is because, you know, Hamas could be hiding in there, you know, and they try to get the top Hamas officials. Like, how stupid can you be to say some shit like that? Like, these sociopathic sons of bitches, man. But let me continue.
Plans to occupy 75% of Gaza within 2 months. Let's get straight to CNN. Jerusalem Bureau Chief Oren Lieberman. So, Oren, Israel announcing this upcoming unprecedented attack in southern and eastern Gaza. It's very hard to imagine at this point what unprecedented means. And they're also laying out their plans to occupy most of Gaza. What are you hearing?
Alex, the size and scale of the evacuation order we saw earlier today from the Israel Defense Forces, the IDF, is simply unprecedented in and of itself. Certainly one of the largest evacuation orders we have seen recently and perhaps since the start of the war, covering not only most of southern Gaza, but also eastern Gaza as well, including the city of Khan Yunis, one of the most densely packed areas in Gaza, where many displaced Palestinians have already gone. Well, there will be a forced displacement again because of this latest evacuation warning, which the IDF says will force Palestinians to the Al-Mawasi area, a narrow strip of land on the beach there. The IDF says this is after there were 3 rockets fired earlier today, 2 of which landed in Gaza, 1 of which was intercepted. We haven't seen those attacks begin, but certainly we'll keep watching this. In terms of the long-term plan, an Israeli military official says the IDF's plan is to occupy 75% of Gaza in 2 months as part of this expanded military operation with 5 full IDF divisions. That's tens of thousands of Israeli soldiers already operating inside of Gaza that will force Palestinians onto a narrowing piece of territory or several pieces of territory inside of Gaza. We have already seen some of those strikes over the last few days, including overnight, where the civil defense in Gaza, as well as hospital officials, tell us more than 20 Palestinians were killed on a strike on a school. Doctors say it was difficult to identify some of the bodies because of their condition, frankly, after that strike. Israel and the Israel Security Agency, the Shin Bet, say the school itself was a Hamas command and control center, and that is why.
That's what they always say, though. They always say that shit. It was Hamas was in there. Hamas, you know, it's a Hamas control command center, whatever the fuck. No, what the fuck it wasn't, man. It was not no Hamas command center. Like, come on, really. They think people are so stupid. Now, see, if you want to know how evil these people are, man, like, check this out. This is from Quad News Network. Let me make it bigger. Shit. It says, in a barbaric day of sadism, Israelis filmed themselves having a barbecue and eating delicious food not far from the Gaza border. where nearly 2.4 million Palestinians are being starved to death. Just look at these evil ass pieces of shit right here, man. It like they celebrating this shit, bro. I don't know whether it's music or not. Let me see. Evil ass motherfuckers, man. These evil ass motherfuckers, man. Fuck these people, man. Like literally, man. I ain't gonna say how I really feel because it's YouTube, unfortunately. But y'all know. If you know, you know. Now let me move to another one. You know, it says, this is from Dropsite News. It says Spain. You know, see, all these other countries that actually give a fuck about innocent people. It says Spain called on the international community to consider sanctions against Israel as it hosted foreign ministers from 20 European and Arab nations in Madrid to push an end to Gaza war and to revive the two-state solution. Now, to push back again, like, two-state solution, like, how, I think my question is, how does colonizers get to have a say in land that they stole? Like, that just don't make any sense to me. You know, as much as I love China, man. I like how the Chinese government have moved. I like how they, you know, done shit. Like, they actually innovate and eradicate homelessness. But even though they say too, like, hey, a two-state solution, you know, it should be on the table. Like, nah, bro, nah, it don't work like that, man. It shouldn't work like that. And then it says Spanish Foreign Minister Jose Manuel Alvarez urged for a collective arms embargo on Israel and proposed targeted sanctions on individuals seen as obstructing a two-state solution. He also called for immediate suspension of the EU-Israel trade agreement, which is under review. So here's the video right here.
It's been a year since this gathering was first held. Now the number of countries attending is increasing. Ministers of Foreign Affairs from the EU and the Middle East joining an expanding coalition to put pressure on Israel to end the war in Gaza.
In this terrible moment, in this humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza, we aim at two things. First, to stop this war from Israel in Gaza and to break the blockade of humanitarian assistance that must go in unimpeded. And secondly, because we want to create momentum towards June 17th, that conference in UN, in order for everyone that has still not done it to recognize the state of Palestine.
Last year, Slovenia, Norway, Ireland and Spain recognized Palestine. More recognitions are expected in the upcoming months.
We need the recognition.
I mean, the position is to recognize Palestine because it is Palestine. Like, people, you know, if you're not religious, like, even, I swear, like, my grandma, I don't know what, my grandma had a Bible. It was a real old Bible, though, and it had the nation of Palestine in it. Like, I seen it. I wish I still had that Bible. But, yeah, I mean, duh. I mean, oh, God, like, again, like, no two-state solution, though, but, yeah.
Of Palestine. We need this war to end. We need the respect of international law, the respect of humanitarian law, and stop killing innocent civilians. What we are facing in Gaza is horrific.
The EU has warned it may suspend its trade deal with Israel if it fails to allow aid into Gaza and end the war. But Egypt's foreign minister says there is no end in sight.
Fortunately, there is a lot.
Hey, you know, if the U.S., along with the EU and other countries, China too as well, if they say, hey, we ain't going to trade with Israel, we ain't going to get Israel no more money, it's going to force them to stop. Like, like they ain't got no choice to stop the genocide. You know what I mean? It's not a war. I hate people say war. It's not a war, it's a genocide. And some people say it's a Holocaust, which, yes. But, yeah, man, like, yeah, like, you could do this stuff now. Like, you know, the more, you know, talking about it is good, but you actually got to put your money where your mouth is. You see what I'm saying? Like, And Israel's economy, you know, I reported on this last year, has been like really cooked because of this genocide. So, yeah.
Lack of political will from the Israeli side. This is the main problem, and we will keep trying. We will apply maximum pressure. We will continue to exert our maximum efforts in order to push for a ceasefire.
The gathering is also discussing ways to support the Palestinian Authority and finance the eventual reconstruction of Gaza.
We hope that the Israeli government would listen to our demands for bringing in food, to stop famine, stop genocide. Many countries around the world see what's happening and they clearly disapprove it.
Spain is pushing for a tougher approach. Many countries are discussing possible sanctions and arms sales restrictions if Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rejects growing calls for an end to the suffering of civilians in Gaza. For now, the EU, the UK and their allies in the Middle East want to see an immediate end to the war in Gaza. They also hope to rally more support for the two-state solution as the best possible way to end the conflict. Hashim Ahbar, Al Jazeera, Madrid.
Man, see, this what happened if a two-state solution was a thing. It'll be watered down to where, you know, I guess they'll make Palestinians have a little say, and Israel still controls shit. Like that's in my opinion why we don't go for a two-state solution. My thing is 75 plus years of suffering, colonization, imperialism, and genocide, like the Nakba, you know, the anniversary of it was just a few days ago. So yeah, like you know, these countries, I get it, you know, I get it. Maybe hopefully soon, quicker, they'll understand like, hey, fuck the two-state solution shit. Like, let's go back to the one-state solution. Like originally, when Israel started this shit, the UN originally wanted Israel to do a two-state solution, but somehow, some way, I'm pretty sure with American influence, that didn't go into fruition. And even though if it did, it still wouldn't be enough. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of like, again, like, I'm gonna use this scenario. Like, it's kind of like a bunch of thieves come into my house, take over my house, but you know, people saying advocating for a two-state solution, like, so the thieves can live in the house with me, even though the thieves beat me up, tied me up, held me at gunpoint. Come on, bro. Like, people need to hear themselves when they talk. Like, and people like, oh, they had that all moment. Like, oh, they don't make any sense to have a two-state solution. Like, the Israelis was the Europeans. My thing is, go back to Europe, bro. And even if I'm pretty sure the Palestinians might, but really, to be honest with you, at this point, I'm just gonna just keep this shit 100. Like, yeah, some of these motherfuckers need to go back to where they came from, bro. Like, I'm just saying. So yeah, that's the show, guys. I appreciate you listening to me. I know I've been slacking on videos, man. I've just been so tired. I've just been so maxed out lately, man. But I'm a start making these, at least try to do it 4 days a week. A&M podcast is coming back very soon. I've been giving Mike some distance because, the guy trying to find a job, and I know how hard it is with that, man. Like, it's hard out here to find jobs these days. It really is. And y'all know the other stuff that's going on. So yeah, I'm gonna come back, make these shows. Thank you guys for watching my crazy ass. And also too, like, y'all help a brother out a lot. And shameless plugs again, like the video. It helps us out in the algorithm. Go to GazaFunds.com, help out Palestinians in any way possible, man. Don't matter what you do. Anything helps, man. Like, people need to start accepting the fact, like, because you don't have money to give don't mean you're not helping. Like, it's other ways. And also, on the ticker right there, it's been scrolling the whole entire time. follow the official ATV Network Twitter account. I don't know why I said official, like we some kind of big organization. Just follow the ATP Network Twitter account at ATP Network 247. And before I go, man, Miss Rachel, I love this woman so much. She's a sweetheart, man. She's a sweetheart, man. She's a good person. Like this video made me cry, man. I ain't gonna lie, it made me emotional because you know what, like, this is why I say fuck Israel, because the people that support Israel, the people that are committing the genocides and stuff that are, complicit in it, like, hell has a special place for these motherfuckers, man. Like, but Miss Rachel is like one of the most sweetest people you see online, like, and they calling this woman anti-Semitic because she said, stop killing women and children. Stop killing the children, I mean, in particular. So yeah, man, fuck Israel, fuck Benjamin Netanyahu. Like, yeah, I said it earlier. I'm gonna play this clip by Miss Rachel, and then I'm gonna head on out. So, thank you guys again. This is the Good Faith Show. Andre Boyd signing out. Have a good.
Let's go back to sleep, Rahaf. We're so tired. See the bunny sleeping till it's nearly noon. Shall we wake